Are you all having your lunch now? We'll just wait for more viewers to come in. Hi everybody, good afternoon. I hope you're having your lunch now. Okay, yes, I am on. Hello. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we are going to cook our udon, right? And just let me set up the settings so I can see my comments from my viewers. Okay, I can't go on full screen here. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we are going to do our stir-fry udon, but we're going to use a different paste, or rather a very popular paste these days. We are going to use a mala paste, right? So what happens is that for this mala paste, we were trying to go to the supermarket, to get these bottled ones, but it was sold out. So we decided that we're going to use the mala paste meant for hot pot. Okay, so that is what we're going to use today, right? So I am just going to talk slowly while I wait for my viewers to come in, and while I get to see what my viewers are actually typing. Okay, great, can. Okay, so hi everybody. Okay, I'll just wait for a few more minutes before we start. So just want to know, for those of you who are tuning in now, whether you like mala or not. And really, for mala paste, it is really like a local kind of trend. And believe it or not, this trend has actually started since like 5 to 7 years ago. So it's actually pretty long. And with that mala paste, it's the same like how it's joined the bandwagon for like, the salted egg yolk craze. And also you have got mala paste, you have the mala hot pot. Of course, then you have chips, and cup noodles, so there's really quite a lot of mala flavored things. So, hi Trisha, yes, the mala, okay, awesome. So I just want to know, what is your favorite mala product? Okay, for mine, it is definitely the mala hot pot. So later on, okay, while we have got more viewers coming in, we're going to share with you how do you eat mala hot pot. Some tips really to do it the healthier way, right? And really it's mala that unhealthy. Okay, so just want to wait for a little bit more of us to join us. Okay, I hope you're also having your lunch now and watching together with us. Okay, so okay, I think let's start. Okay, hi everybody, good afternoon. So what we're going to do today, we are going to cook a stir-fry udon, but in mala paste. Okay, let me just quickly introduce the ingredients to you, okay, and talk a little bit more about this mala paste. Right, so the ingredients we have today will be our udon. So it's okay for us to use any other different types of staple. So sometimes we might want to use instant noodles. However, instant noodles is something which we might want to reduce our intake on because of the fat in there, the trans fats in there. So udon might be a better alternative. So for udon, how you prepare this udon is that you take it right from the packet, okay, and you need to cook it, rinse it with hot water. So you need to put a pot, okay, fill it with water, boil some water, and put in the udon. So when the udon comes out from the packet, it's really like a fixed packet like that. Okay, so please treat it with care unless you want your udon to all break up into fine, very, very small pieces just like that. Okay, so the action, right, to do it is once your water is boiling, put in the udon. Okay, then don't walk away. Like I always tell you, you need to be there because you don't want your udon to overcook in the hot water. So what you need to do is that you just do this action. Okay, where you loosen up the udon, okay, with the water. Slowly, you will see that it will all loosen up, okay, and then it will look like that. Okay, so at least it's easier to handle, when you're going to cook it later on. Okay, so this is for our how we handle our udon. So is it necessary to cook it in hot water first? Yes, it is, because what's going to happen is that if you don't, they'll be very starchy, so it tends to stick together. when you put it into your stir fry and you try to mix it with other ingredients, you know what's going to happen is that the udon will stick together and then it will break up into many small pieces, so that you won't get this noodle like texture. So it's important. Okay, so putting in hot water will remove the starch, so it prevents it from sticking. Another thing to do for this is that it will stick together. So another thing for it is that don't try to add oil in there, because later on when we cook, right, you will have oil already. Okay, so don't do that. So we tried using hot water, but it didn't work, so it needs to be boiling water. Okay, so the other ingredients we have, let's talk about my vegetables first. I used xiao bai cai today and shiitake mushrooms. Okay, so cut it into the size you want. So for stir fries, it would be good for it to be just bite size. And I've got the carrots, okay, and I have my red and my garlic, my red onions and my garlic chopped finely. And we have our shrimps and fish cake. Okay, so you can use any other fresh ingredients, right? And if you like, you can put in your pork, you can put in fish slices, you know, anything. But what's most important, we are doing a balanced meal. So it is important to have your carbs, which is from your udon, from your vegetables, and also from your protein. Now, next, we have our star product, or rather, you know, the sauce. Okay, not star product. So basically, I bought, you know, from this brand. Okay, anyway, any other brand is fine. Okay, can you see the layer of oil? You know, this is the first time using this, and look at the oil. This is not good. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pour this out. I'm not going to use the oil at all. So let me tell you, what makes mala so, or rather a little bit more high in calories, is because of the oil, you know, in the stir fries you get. You know, you go for mala xiangguo. Remember, the oil does not contribute to the spiciness of the mala. Basically, it is the peppercorn and the chili in there. Okay, so hence, when you're going to make this on your own, please do not add in the entire packet of oil. Okay, this is for your stir fry. However, if you want to use this for your steamboats, you can, but try not to use up the oil as well. You can use a little. I understand, okay, oil is very fragrant. You know, it's something quite missing. If you don't add in the oil, it's okay, but don't dump in the whole packet, okay? Because there's too much calories in there. I can tell you there's around like 5 tablespoons of oil in here, and you don't need that much oil, okay? So this is what we should be doing. And I just want to let you know, okay, to make your own mala sauce, or rather mala paste, you need like up to like 10 kind of ingredients. So in there you have got your chili flakes, you have your Sichuan peppercorn, okay, and then you have cardamom, you have bean paste. So most of us resort to just using our mala paste. So what contributes to the, okay, so basically let's break down ma and la. Okay, so for ma, basically in Chinese it's called nam, okay, and then the la is really the spicy. So how many of you here likes the ma, which is the nam? If you do, please type nam for me in the comments. But if you're not, you prefer the la, right, then you just put also spicy in the comments, okay? For me, I prefer both. I like zhong la, which is medium la. Okay, there's actually wei la, which is the mild spiciness. Zhong la, or xiao la, which is a little bit spicy. Then you have the zhong la, which is medium. You have also da la, right? And there's another la, which I was reading it earlier. What was it? Da la. Okay.
Ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper, okay, no, not really. Okay, so viewers, please type in whether you like the numbness more or you prefer the spiciness more. Basically, oh, spicy? Okay, great. Well, basically over here, we locals prefer more of the spiciness. Okay, the numbness part really when it's in Sichuan or in, you know, the other parts of China, they are cold, like temperate country. So the numbness is actually really to generate more heat in the body. So this mala, you know, came about. Alright. Oh yes, spiciness level depend on the resilience of the tummy, correct? You know, there are times when, you know, you will order your food and then you realize that, okay, you know, in your mind you really want da la, but you know that in your stomach you cannot take it. But then out comes zhong la. Okay, so maybe zhong la is actually the preferred spiciness. Okay, alright, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna start cooking. Okay, so no numb, just spicy. Yes, hi Stella. Oh yes, before that I need to take out my sauce first, in case I forgot to tell you. Okay, I'm going to now pour the sauce into the bowl. And I'm just going to, so that I can, you know, get the ingredients out rather than the oil. Right, I'm going to pour this out now. You know, I can just, when I take it out from the packet, besides being very appalled at the amount of oil in here, I also can smell it right from the packet. Just look at it. Look at the oil. Can you see the oil? I'm still pouring it out. Look at that, guys. Okay. So you can, okay, I'm just going to pour a little bit out so that I can use it. Basically, later on, I'm going to omit the oil. I'm just going to use the paste. Alright. Okay. There you go. Alright, just going to use this amount. Okay, now let's cook. Right, so the ingredients we have, we are going to start with our pan first. Heat it up. You know, as my family members know that I'm going to cook this, they are very excited because they're going to eat it later. Yay! Right. So how many of you here had done your stir-fry mala before? Or you prefer to actually really just eat it? You know, there's this phenomenon every time if you stand outside the mala stall, especially the hawker center, everybody start coughing. You know, when you fry the food. You know, when the hawker, the stall owner starts preparing your mala, everybody will start coughing because, you know, this pungentness. Alright, and there's this addiction rather about this mala hot pot. You know, sometimes if you really like a fan of this mala, you will think that, you know, you have this kind of numbness and, you know, the desire to actually eat, you know, this mala. Okay, so as what I'm going to do now. Hi Chelsea, hello. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to heat up my pan now. Okay, with some oil, healthier oil of course. So please do not be tempted. I know some of you see this oil, right? You're tempted to use this oil to heat up your pot. Please don't, okay? Most of the time the oil in here would be an oil that is a little bit more unhealthy, and that's a saturated oil, fat. So that might increase your bad cholesterol. So the oil I'm using today is sunflower oil, and in most cooking, unless it calls for olive oil, the sunflower oil is something I would use. I'll prefer to use. Right, so heat it up now. Okay, I'm going to add in my garlic. Chopped garlic and onions. So the onions I'm using today will be the red onions because I want it a little bit more spice or a little bit more taste. So the white onions are the ones for Western cooking. Okay. Yeah, correct. Mala xiangguo, it's a rip-off, don't you think so? Okay, so and sometimes the store owner will just rattle off the price, right? And then we'll just willingly fork out like 12 bucks, 15 bucks. Okay. I know, I'm going to ask you a question. What is the highest amount or how much, what's the largest price you have paid for mala xiangguo at the hawker center? Where's my mala fan? Hey, hi! You are finally in. I'm finally cooking mala for you, you know. Hello, hi Felicia. Okay, let me ask you the question again. What is the largest amount or how much have you paid? What's the most expensive amount you have paid before? The largest amount for mala xiangguo at the hawker center? For yourself, okay? I mean, let's not talk about like buying for the entire family, if you remember. Okay, so cook it already. Lower the heat if you think that it's going to burn. Alright, then next, I am going to now add in my carrots. Okay, so carrots, like I mentioned yesterday, I use carrots as well. These root vegetables are the ones that will take a longer time to cook, so we want it to cook longer, so we put into the pot first. Close to $20. Okay, I think you add in a lot of fish and your meat, you know. So, of course, I know you want it to be a healthier or rather a more balanced meal, so you can. So maybe you want to add in more vegetables to balance it off, and so you can reduce the price. Okay, the meats are the one that is the highest amount, $15. Yeah, correct. So mala xiangguo is something which we cannot eat so much now, right? Okay, so we must learn how to budget our meals. So that's why I'm teaching you now, then you can do it on your own. Because the sauce, it's only less than $5, so you can use this many times. So in the day you can eat a mala xiangguo like udon, right? Then at night you can eat mala soup. Okay, so stir fry. And then I'm going to add in mushrooms. Okay, while I'm cooking, I hope you see if you have any questions you want to ask. Mushrooms are expensive, okay. If they have the button mushrooms or the canned mushrooms, you can use those. That's why, right, you must cook on your own. Now then you can use this, a packet of these mushrooms, you can use it any different occasions. Tomorrow I'm going to use mushrooms as well, so I'm using the entire packet. Okay, hi Dee, hello. Okay, so next, after adding the mushrooms, okay, I am now going to add in some vegetables first. So the udon will be last because udon on its own is already cooked. So what we want is that we do not want to overcook it. So basically when we add in, we really want to just coat it with the mala sauce. Okay, so just cook the vegetables. Hello, hi. How many of you here had already tried cooking or using some of the recipes that we have shared with you? If you haven't, I hope you would try it, especially now we are staying home. You have a lot of time sometimes to prepare for dinner, right? So take this opportunity to unleash the domestic goddess or domestic mister in you and try to cook some meals for yourself. That will save on your delivery cost if you are ordering a lot of food. Okay, and also try our recipes. Okay, so as the vegetables are about cooked, okay, I'm just trying to do a toss, but I think I need more practice. I'm just tossing it. Okay, but not the food. Okay, now add in the prawns. I know, another version you can do is to add in all these, right, and then add water, then it will be a soup base. That will be easier for some of us if you do not like to be standing here stir frying, because it takes a little bit more time to stir fry the ingredients. Okay, I've got a question. She was wondering if the deep fried, do they pre-deep fry the ingredients first before they stir fry with mala gravy? Well, the thing is that they use a lot of oil. They don't deep fry it, but they put in a lot of oil. And if you notice, in the stall, right, their fire is really a huge kind of fire, and they put in a lot of oil. So it's always a scoop of oil in there. So that's the part. They don't really stir. They don't really have it like deep fried. Okay. And my fish cakes now. Wow, look at that. Okay. So for those, I've got my son sitting in front of me. I think they're going to cough later on when I add in my mala sauce. Okay, how do you know whether the prawns are cooked? Make sure they turn up from the grey color to the orange part. Okay, remember while we are doing our own cooking, we need to be mindful of food hygiene as well. So make sure your foods are totally cooked before you eat it. If not, you're going to fall sick. Okay, right. Okay, awesome. So now, okay, this is the final, very important moment. Okay, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of it. Okay, I am very mindful of the oil, so I'm not going to put in so much of the oil. I'm going to show you how I do it. And I'm going to drain it, just put like that. Okay, add in now 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Wow. Okay, boys, I think you're going to cough because Mama is coughing. Wow, look at that. Add in the udon. Okay, remember when you are using the udon, it with care, because what's going to happen is that it will break off really easily once it's totally cooked. Okay, once it's cooked, it's very soft. Look at that. You want it more spicy, then you add in more. Okay, so it doesn't look so red because there's no oil in there. Okay, so that's the reason why. Okay, we are almost done. What I'm going to do, okay, is to just lower the heat first. Okay, so it doesn't look as red as the one because there's no oil in there. Okay, but it's sure it's spicy. Okay. Okay. Felicia, you can't come, so I can't deliver to you. So just imagine you're eating mala. Alright, we are almost done. What I'm going to do now to see if it's spicy enough. Okay, I am going to try it. While removing the pot from the pot first. This is so good. This is really very good. Don't be deceived by the color. Okay, so remove it from the pot. Okay, and then I'm going to dish it up for you. So the condiments, I am going to add in things like our peanuts, parsley also if you like. Okay, just to look like the real deal. Okay, just going to put it on top like that. This is really so good. It's for my lunch. You have to try it, you know. You really have to try this. This is really not difficult and you really quite save a lot. And you can curb those cravings of mala, really. Alright? Okay. And I'm just going to put it in front first, so later on, okay, I'm going to add in the parsley. Some of these groundnuts if you like, if you have at home. Now just to look like it. Okay. Okay, so now this is how it will look. I hope you have a close-up look for that. Yes. Okay. Now, remember, I only added 2 tablespoons. If you want it to be really spicy, you just add in the amount. And you notice I didn't add in any oil at all, and it's spicy enough already. So this is my version of the healthier mala udon, and you can do it as well. Okay. Alright everybody, this is the end of our session today. So I will see you tomorrow. Before that, I always like to remind you, okay, tell your friends to log in, to download the Telegram app, go to our Healthy SG channel where you will be receiving all our recipes and our schedules. Please spread the word, okay? And tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to make gyoza and sharing some tips, okay, on how to freeze your foods. Okay, so till then, stay safe. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.